Hello. This is Eldrima Harper. I am your host, professional organizer, and creator and founder of OrganizedPreneur.com, where I help entrepreneurs and busy professionals eradicate the clutter and distractions, eliminate the overwhelm in order to elevate their income. And this, my friend, is where I share a series of productivity tips that will be from 7 to 10 minutes. I really had to wait on that one because sometimes they go over a little bit. Anyway, where I will share productivity tips for getting your enterprise organized. These tips are designed to help you get your enterprise organized no matter what size. If you are the CEO of your life, your family, it's an enterprise. If you have a home-based business, it's an enterprise. If you're a ministry leader, business leader, nonprofit, for-profit, it's an enterprise that requires time, energy, and focus. Each 7 to 10 minute bite-sized pieces will be jam-packed with power-packed productivity tips that's sure to inspire, motivate, and jumpstart your organizing endeavors for getting your enterprise organize. And guess what? Now it's time to help you organize your enterprise. And this is episode number 4. I'm excited too. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to keep a good work-life balance. And we'll be talking about how to juggle your personal and professional lives. And I struggle to use the word juggle because that gives it implies that you have all these things just tossing in the air and you're just trying to figure out how to do what you need to do and figure it out. And perhaps that is an accurate description for you. So hopefully this podcast will help you dispel some of those, some of that, that challenge that you may have. Anyway, let's get into the topic here because basically, for the most part, it's wonderful to work for yourself. I wouldn't change a thing. I love working for myself. I love scheduling my own time. I love the flexibility of being an entrepreneur and all that stuff. But you may enjoy it, like myself, so much that you can kind of get over your head and work that you neglect your personal and your social life. And so hopefully that's not you, but it does tend to happen if you have that tendency, like myself, to be a workaholic and you love what you do a lot. But the real challenge isn't working, but taking the time off to do some of the things that you enjoy. So it's really tough. It's tough to make time for yourself. When you have deadlines and projects to complete and a list of things to do is, that's as long as your arm. And maybe you have clients or customers, hounding at you for work and all this kind of stuff. But it's important because if you don't do it, if you're not careful, you will burn out and nothing will get done. And you won't enjoy your passion, and hopefully if you're like me, you love what you do and you're very passionate about helping clients and you love to see the success, of your clients. But first of all, and let's just get into the meat of this. First of all, what you need to do, what I do is you have to decide on a specific work schedule. This is crucial because the tendency is having that flexibility. You just kind of say to yourself, well, especially if you're a newbie, if you're new to the entrepreneurial world, you may say to yourself, well, this is my schedule. I do what I want to do. I can, take long lunch hours or what have you, but if you're not careful, you will just be all over the place. So it's very important to decide on a specific work schedule every day, even the days of the week that you're going to work. For me, I see clients on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I actually, have those 2 days set aside for actually going out to see clients. I don't like going out to see clients on Mondays and Fridays, and so I don't schedule clients on Mondays and Fridays. And Tuesdays, I like to schedule, conference calls and meetings and things like that. So I have a definite work week schedule, as well as I like to decide what time I'm going to start and what time I'm going to end each day, and I suggest you do the same. For example, I'm a morning person and I love to get up early in the morning. Ideally, I would like to start my morning about 3 o'clock, but I don't always get to bed early enough to do that. But I do like to start my morning no later than 6 o'clock. Most of the time I try to make sure I'm up at 5. And first thing I like to do is have that quiet time because it's really, really peaceful and quiet. And I love the stillness of the morning. So that's usually my time for prayer and reading scripture and my quiet time that I have with God. And that's usually somewhere around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what I'm studying, that type of thing. You may have a time for meditation or whatever. You may not be a morning person, but the important thing here is to, have a time, a routine, and a way that you start out your day. Then I take about 20 to 30 minutes, go to the gym. It's here in the complex, and so I go downstairs to the gym and work out. Sometimes there are times when I will schedule that in the afternoon, depending on what I have going on. So that in itself, really works for me in terms of flexibility. So I'll do that, and then I come back up. Fix myself a little breakfast and just kind of prepare myself for the day. Look at what I have to, get done. Also, I need to throw this in too, because this is something that, I've had to really incorporate into my day. When the night before, I always try to plan my day the night before. And so what I will do is I will look at, my to-do list and my priority list the day before, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing the next day. So it's best to do that the day before instead of trying to do all of that, the day of, your day. But and normally what I do is I'll sit there and I'll just kind of look and, glance at my schedule because it's already prepared the night before. So then I get on with my day. And most cases, it's a very productive day. Now, you also want to allow for time when, things happen. You could have emergencies, and depending on what your family situation is, you want to allow flexibility and allow time for that. It's not going to always go perfect. But the point of this whole thing is to have a set time, have your weekly activities scheduled, and have a time that you start your day, have a time that you end your day, and and also have a time that you choose to unplug, where you're not near a computer, you're not looking at your iPhone or, whatever. Now, I will say this, and I'm being transparent here. I will say that for me, that could be a challenge because I absolutely love gadgets. But it's best to, for the most part, and I will do this. I will take time to just kind of unplug and decompress. So when you're off, resist the urge to check your business email or do anything at all business related. Okay, so the thing is, here's the important thing, and at the risk of repeating myself because I felt like I was all over the place, you want to have a set time. You want to have set days that you work. You want to prepare your day the night before. You want to have a set time to start work, a set time to end the day, and a time to decompress. Okay? So, another way to balance work and life is to schedule leisure activities just like you do your work activities. For example, you can decide that perhaps 7 to 8 p.m. is family time. Devote that time to playing with the kids, reading books, or whatever your lifestyle is like, just as if you were working on a project. You really need to schedule those things. So find ways that suit you to keep work and life balanced. And remember that if you work too much, and you will neglect the other areas of your life, something is going to suffer. So, resist that urge to be a workaholic, and you'll definitely begin to see the fruits of your labor in terms of having a more balanced and more productive life. You don't want to burn out and just, drive yourself crazy. So I really, really hope that this helps. I hope that this all made sense. Well, I'd love to hear from you, so let's connect on twitter.com. Just connect with me, twitter.com Aldrima, facebook.com Aldrima, linkedin.com Aldrima, or go to organizeyourenterprise.com. If you like what you heard on this episode and you'd like to know more about me or how I can help you with your organizing and productivity challenges, just pop on over to organizeyourenterprise.com. And just for popping over, you can sign up to get my free blueprint called 7 Secrets to a Productivity Breakthrough. Discover how to accomplish more than you ever imagined you could. Set the right priorities today and get more done by tomorrow. Well, until next time, this is Dream, where I believe anyone can organize their way to success.